So today is a big day because I'm going to go over 5 things that may be holding you back from creating a homemaking routine that you'll actually stick to. So if you're struggling with your routines, you're definitely going to want to watch this video. Hi guys, I'm Maite, and on this channel I cover all things homemaking and home management related. So let's dive straight in. The ability to create and stick to a routine is the core principle of home management. So if you're struggling in your homemaking, it's probably stemming from the fact that you haven't quite nailed this yet, which is totally okay. We've all been there. So if you're constantly starting and stopping new routines, or you're struggling with specific routines, comment down below because we can all be there for support, tips, tricks, and like I said, we've all been there. So there's no reason to feel discouraged, but just leave me a comment down below if that is currently where you're at right now. Also, if you haven't watched my previous video, Home Management 101, you're definitely going to want to watch that first before watching the rest of this video, because the rest of this video is going to make more sense if you watch that one first. So the first thing that's probably stopping you from creating an effective homemaking routine is using other people's routines. Trust me, it's not serving you. There's a reason that in my Home Management 101 video, I started out by saying make a list of the things that you're responsible for in your household, because it's unique to you and your family. Let's say that you see someone's 5 a.m. morning routine and you're like, yes, I want to also wake up at 5 a.m. and do those things. That sounds great. However, it's not going to work for you because your responsibilities are different, your lifestyle is different, the things you want to accomplish are different. And so instead of it working for you, you just end up feeling discouraged and throwing the whole thing out altogether, when in reality, you shouldn't feel discouraged. It's not your fault. You're just trying to make someone else's lifestyle and priorities match yours, which is impossible because that's their life and you have yours. What I'm about to say might sound blasphemous, sit tight, but for example, I don't do laundry every day. I've never done laundry every day. The spirit has never moved me to do laundry every day. I've never had to do laundry every day, but it seems like everyone here on YouTube does laundry every day. And that's totally okay. It's well-meaning advice, but it just doesn't apply to me in the season that I'm in right now. And that's the most important takeaway of all of this. Find what works for you and tailor it to your needs. The second thing that's probably holding you back from creating a homemaking routine you'll actually use is that you don't know what your bad habits are. And if you do know what your bad habits are, you're not sure how to break them. A simple way to think about this is that a good routine is a series of good habits, and a bad routine is usually a series of bad habits. So to create a good routine, we're gonna have to replace our bad habits with good ones. Every single person struggles with bad habits, so the way to do this effectively is to better understand yourself and your personality type, and to better understand why you do the things that you do, because it's going to be easier to create a routine that works with you as opposed to a routine that works against your natural state of being. So 2 books I highly recommend is The 4 Tendencies by Gretchen Rubin and The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. If you don't have time to read these books cover to cover, don't worry. They have podcasts summarizing this, and other people have videos on the core principles of these books. And there's a ton of books on habits out there. Get into some of them, or podcasts about habits, because that's going to help you way more than any other routine videos will, and that's understanding how you yourself work. The third thing that's probably holding you back from creating an effective routine is thinking that routines are boring. I know there are a group of you watching this video right now thinking to yourselves, a homemaking routine is never going to work for me because the thought of doing the same thing day in, day out would just kill me, and I like to be a little bit more spontaneous. The reality is that not having solid routines is probably more stressful for you than it is spontaneous, and understanding that routines are there to help you, not hurt you. It's harder to say yes to things when you have a whole laundry list of things to do and you're not sure exactly when those things are going to get done. For example, the other day I had dinner done at 5, and my husband, for the first time in forever, actually finished work at 5, and he was like, do you want to go to the park? And so we were all able to go to the park at around 5 and then come back and have dinner at 6:30. So that was really fun, totally out of the blue and spontaneous, and that's something that doesn't usually happen. So I was able to say yes to that because I already got one thing major off of my evening to-do list, which is dinner. So actually, routines make it so that it's easier for you to say yes to things, not harder. The fourth thing that's probably holding you back from creating an effective homemaking routine is having a clear why and knowing exactly what your priorities are. Now, I know that may sound a little bit ridiculous because some of these things just have to get done, but let me explain. Let's go back to that 5 a.m. routine example. So let's say you see a routine like that. Why would you want to get up at 5 a.m.? Do you want to be healthier, have time to work out? Is that the only hour of the day that you can get to yourself? How do you want to spend that hour of your day? For example, even when I mentioned getting dinner done at 5, I have to get dinner done early because otherwise it's just absolute chaos and I'm just in the kitchen way too late after Romy's already asleep. So I try to manage those things earlier in the day so I have more time to myself at the end of the day, and that's my motivation. So if you know when you're able to do certain things and why you're doing those things, that's going to make creating your day and your routines so much more intuitive and so much easier for you. The fifth thing that's probably holding you back from creating an effective homemaking routine is that you're trying to tackle way too much at once. Instead of trying to revamp everything you do from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, start with one thing that you know that you can get done really well, because that's going to create momentum for other things to fall into place. And you'll realize, well, that works or that doesn't work, because you have something working that you can compare it to. So you definitely want to start small to begin with, because if you start trying to tackle way too much from the beginning, you're just going to get overwhelmed and you're going to get discouraged, and we definitely don't want that. If you like this video on routines, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who you think might like it as well. I upload home management and homemaking content on Monday and Wednesday, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. As always, I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.